Hey, is this me? I can't tell.
Yo, it's me. I have an album review for you. This time, the new fucking record from the band Obituary entitled Inked in Blood. This is their 9th record, I believe, and it's their first in quite a while. This drops October 28th through Relapse Records, and yeah. This record rules, man. It's really good. You know, Obituary is a very legendary, very classic death metal band with records such as Slowly We Rot, Cause of Death, and Complete. They're just a very destructive and disgusting band. You know, the first time I heard Obituary, the vocals came in from John Tardy, and I'm like, this is so gross. And then I was like, I don't like this band. They're too gross. I don't know. But then I definitely grew to love them, and I've been very interested in this record. And it's been streaming for a while, but I've given it multiple listens. And after one more listen, I'm here to give you my final fucking verdict. And my final verdict is very strong. This album is... the thing that's the best about this record is that it's fucking simple. It is riffs, very simple riffs. There's to be honest with you, there's not a whole lot of technicality here. I'm not saying they're bad musicians. There's just, you listen to death metal anymore, and a lot of the bands are growing to be more technical. And it's nice to see a band stick to being something just straight up pure. And just riffs and just very thrashiness, and instead of being very technical, having these just wailing, whipping riffs and solos. And this is a very simple album, and that's what I really dig about it. And it starts right from the beginning with Centuries of Lies. That's a 2-minute track that's very simple on the guitar side, and just has a very thrashy drum beat. I love drum beats like that are just kind of simple, but just have that nice pace to them. It's so cool. I think my favorite track on here is let me get it right. Visions in My Head, the 4th track. This is one that they released ahead of time. I think it's the first one that they released ahead of time. I just love this song. I love the way it starts. And I love the way how it just busts into the fucking main riff. And it is so cool. And it is so beyond catchy. Seriously, that song might win the award for the catchiest death metal song of 2014. It's really, really catchy. It's great. Other great songs. Pain Inside is a very slow, very just destructive track. Violence is another really good one. Violent by Nature. The title track is fantastic. Within a Dying Breed, there's a lot of very solid songs on here to me. I'd say the only problem with this is you listen to the first couple of Obituary records, and they have a lot of nuts to them. At times, I feel this album doesn't have enough nuts to it. And I would say it's mostly in the guitar tone. Where the guitar tone is nice, it works, it can be very, very heavy at times. I wish it had more of that low end, that gross gain type sound. And that the first records had. I mean, you listen to them and they're just very gross guitar sounds. And it's great. And I think that's the only thing that's missing from this record is that old school guitar sound. Mix it with these old school riffs, these old school drum patterns, and you have yourself a fucking phenomenal album. Not that this album isn't phenomenal already. I'm just saying that's the only thing, is I wish it had a little bit more nuts to it. If it had more nuts, then man, I probably wouldn't be living here to tell you the review. It would just destroy me. John Tardy is a fantastic vocalist. I think he has one of the most unique sounds in death metal. And his vocals are just, once again, simple, but it's his voice, it's his sound that just really just makes you go, oh, like, yes, you know, I love this. I love in the track Pain Inside when he says all we need is pain inside. It just sounds so awesome. And you know, he really stands out in this band, for sure. And you know, his vocals are fantastic on here. Once again, I think, too, because Obituary, they are becoming a more older band, you can say, that he has lost a little bit of nuts in his vocals, but just a little bit. Not as much as the guitar sound. That's the only thing that, like I said, the only thing that I wish is that there was just a little bit more bottom end to this album. To the album's sound, I should say. Donald Tardy on drums does a fantastic job keeping things simple, keeping things interesting, and Trevor Perez, I believe, on guitar. And I know they got a new guitar player in like 2012. I forget his name though. I apologize for that. But both of the guitars are fantastic. There's a lot of really good riffs on here. A lot of riffs that will just make you go, yes, and just bang your head and wish you were at the fucking gate at the Obituary show, banging your fucking head, flailing your hair everywhere, the hair that I don't have anymore. Sad piece. Anyways, there's not too much left to say about this album other than it's just a good slab of death metal, and it's a solid album that I've thoroughly enjoyed listening to. So I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. Make sure you check out Obituary. Check out their new record, Inked in Blood. I'll be picking it up if my fucking FYE has it. Make sure you check out everything else that's been happening. The Walking Dead, Keith is doing that now. Make sure you check out the weekly breakdown, our little discussion show, and also check out our 2 most recent concert reviews. We went and saw Judas Priest, and we went and saw Arch Enemy and Creator. So definitely check those shows out. We really appreciate that. Appreciate you guys watching, continually subscribing, and everything. See you guys later. Also, there's a ton of album reviews coming up. I just want to point that out. Unearthed, At the Gates, Beyond Creation, Obituary that you just watched, Abysmal Dawn, Nabla of Scars, and there's even more.